Hi, beautiful souls. This is Srimanju, and you're listening to Life is Magical podcast. Thank you for being here and spending some time with me. So, this is episode 31. Oh my god, it's over a year. I don't believe how the time is just beautifully going on. And there were some things that came up over the last couple of weeks, and I said, let me bring this topic to you guys on what my intakes are. And if you have anything more to add, feel free to send me a little message on here, on my email, anywhere you can connect to me. I love to hear what your intake is. So, get settled, maybe with your hot cacao, tea, coffee, whatever the beverage you want, and just tune in and consume the information. There could be some pointers of aha moments of or your own experiences coming out of this topic. And as I said, we all would have been there in this moment of questioning and having our own realizations, our own understanding about this. There is absolutely no right wrong way of understanding this topic, but an experience of it is what it is important with. I don't feel anything. Have you ever said that? Have you ever heard that statement right after meditation, right after a healing or a circle event or a sound bath or reflexology or acupressure, acupuncture? Any healing sessions you ever had, did you say that? Or did you hear that as a practitioner with your clients? What's your intake on that? I don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. What does it feel like to you, even to resonate with that question there? So, being here in this holistic field for over 12 years, there are a couple of instances where I heard from my Reiki clients, I heard it from my meditation circles, and I had to sit with that question. And from me, when you feel nothing, that itself is a feeling, right? And why do we feel nothing sometimes? Sometimes we feel nothing because we are trying to feel something, that expectation is not there, and what is being shown to us is not reaching the frequency we are looking for. You are example of it could be you are craving for a sugary food like an ice cream, but you are given a chocolate and you would eat it, but it doesn't do anything to you because your craving of ice cream hasn't been satisfied, right? So no matter what's been presented to you, to what your original expectation is, and this is where the difference comes in sometimes. Yeah, sometimes, definitely. I wouldn't say that all the times. So that is what I have noticed in some situations, some scenarios, even myself, so I would read a description of like a meditation. I would go in, and of course that expectation of what I'm going to receive is not coming up, and then I say, I didn't feel anything. But after the meditation, I would be floaty, I would be calmer, I would be relaxed. My body is healing and my mind is functioning much better, much actively. But all of that I wouldn't have been taken into consideration or acknowledged or noticed just because I was going to meet, say, Metatron or have this aha moment, and that didn't come. So meditation didn't do anything. So sometimes we do use these words lightly as well because our expectation is so different. Yeah. But I later understood that feeling nothing is something, and we need to be sitting with that uncomfort space of feeling nothing and understanding of that emotion. What is that teaching us? Why am I so uncomfortable? Where did my expectation go wrong? And what is my lesson to learn here? And what am I learning here? To feel nothing is a question we need to be sitting with. Yeah. And so some of the things would be either we are closed off to that experience, or we are not ready for that elevation or a shift. Either there is a fear for us to experience, but our soul is not yet ready for that experience. And either if we feel, do we have enough tools to know how we can handle it? Do we have enough information to feel it? And that is where sometimes these situations do come in. And never two experiences are ever the same. Even the same meditation I would do again, I wouldn't have the same experience at all, or a Reiki session or a sound healing session. Never ever two experiences have ever been same, because we are so stimulant with our energies. We are growing, we are moving, we are shifting, and with that, every part of the particles, energy particles coming into, are creating a different wavelength, because they are meeting us at a different wavelength. So how could it be the same? Right when I started this podcast to right now, there is a change in me. So I'm not going to be the same person 6 minutes ago to what I'm now, right? And as we are the energy beings, at any point of time, we move, we change, and that is the nature of us. To the frequencies we'll be listening, we'll be feeling, we'll be sensing, we'll be connecting to, will always be changing. If you feel nothing from a session, from a meditation, I would request you to turn back, go back again, sit with it, understand it, and recreate that experience with maybe no expectations, or to receive what is right for you is your expectation. So that will be easier to witness what is coming up, and sit and explore that emotion as well. Yeah. And sometimes we would mute ourselves, like inner self will mute off and less colorful in our kind of observation or a healing sense. Say in Reiki healing or a meditation, people say, hey, I've seen these colors. I'm coming back again to see those colors. I felt this floaty sensation. I want to experience it again. So we are going in with something, and sometimes some experiences will bring in the second time. Person might be crying, the tears might be rolling down, but they didn't make a contract of that, knowingly that, oh, I'm going to have a tearful situation today, but I asked for a great healing energy and not a tearful situation. And so that could be the shifting part of it. Yeah. And absolutely, with this question, there is no right or wrong answer to it as well, in case you're trying to think through, oh, this is what validation for me is. And when we are looking for something, nothing matches, and then we feel nothing as well. Rather, acknowledging what we felt is like a matching happening, in a game or something, like a puzzle matching up. And that is what we constantly strive for, because we have been grown up in this beautiful society where we have to be always validated on our thoughts, validated on our processes, validated on our growth. Everything has to be validated. Like you have a baby, is the baby growing right? It has to be validated in the monthly checkups with the height and the weight and everything, right? And all the functionality, the mobility and everything. And if they don't reach that particular mark that has been assigned, then we say, oh, the baby is not doing great, or underdeveloped, or undergrowing, or overgrowth is happening, right? But take it off, all that baggage, and with that, allow this feeling to be there, to feel nothing as well. And know that you're not alone with this feeling if this happens to you, or happened to you, or may happen to you. And I would ask, have a conversation with that emotion. Have a direct conversation, because the talk therapy is amazing. You can go to a therapist and say it about, or can have a conversation by yourself. But there would be one concern that I would raise here is, if you're feeling nothing at all, no emotion, no reaction in your norm life out of the healing, that is a completely different thing. Like, where there is some trapped emotions, there are some traumas, some emotions that you're not comfortable with opening up the treasure, that box of things, and you have chosen it to be closed, and that is how you are functioning from that place. But as this is a meditation and a healing where you are welcoming those emotions to be doing its job, it's a flow through state. Like, that's the best thing about Reiki. What I love is I go for a session, I just relax and let the energy do the work. Like, for my highest good is what I'm sitting there and allowing the channel of energy to move the stagnance in my body. And if I'm feeling nothing, there are, as said, like few things that I need to be watching out for. But if I have chosen to numb my feeling, that is where I'm giving the permission. I'm allowing this prana, this life force to come through, and I want to be out of it, and I want to feel the life. I want to feel the joy. I want to feel the happiness. I want to feel the sadness. And when we hit a trauma in our life, when you look back into that situation, you would have no empathy. You would have no heart connection. You might feel like no emotion at all. Like, oh, that happened. I moved on. I moved forward. Some people, unknowingly, they shut their systems and move forward. Some of us will actively work on it until we feel a peace has been made. And asking yourself, what is here to it's teaching you, what is that you're learning here, is the best thing, best conversation you can begin with yourself. Yeah. And other things that I found helpful is to move the body. So once you talk to your body, you allow it to move your body as well. Either, like, you can start by feeling that nothingness and say and move, like your hips, your legs, stomping or shaking your body gently, or little stretch or a dance. These will be shifting things through. So in that moment, nothing is there, but after an hour, you're feeling calmer, you're not reacting, you're not jumping to conclusions, your mind is not overstimulated with ideas or the thoughts or punishing yourself into why were you like that or why did it happen to you, but you're in peace with everything that's happening around you, and you're in that beautiful consciousness state. Yeah. This feeling of connection may be like, it's a relief from the sense of nothingness you may be used to, like, and now you're saying, okay, this is good, this is peace, and I'm feeling nothingness, but that's not going to be a feeling forever. Remember, it's not a feeling forever that you'll be having. And one thing is, like, if this is a feeling when you are meditating in a group, when your practitioner or a space holder is asking you, what did you feel like? Maybe choose to be the last one to speak. So as you listen to others, some flash moments might come in and you'll feel, oh, I felt that, but I forgot about it. Oh, I felt that. I saw that color. I saw that door, but I forgot about it. So those cliche moments will come up, like, the moments, just like in the dream state, sometimes we do forget. And when do we remember, like, it's such a beautiful state that we come into. Yeah. So think about, like, maybe you would have forgotten so quickly. Yes, that does happen. I've seen in many of my meditation classes, like, people do come out of it, even myself, I would forget, like, it's a trance. I have been there, I have consumed, I have healed myself, but I forgot what was that about. And it happened many times in my dreams as well. But again, like, let others speak who are ready to share those experiences, and then your moments will come in and you'll make automatic peace with yourself with those moments. Yeah. So be there in that beautiful space with it and sit and understand, what is it happening? Where are you moving with it? And sometimes stop trying so hard as well. The peer pressure of meditation is so much that we want to constantly feel something. Somebody says, hey, I see the white light, or I see the peace, like, and we constantly work towards achieving it. Maybe our goal is to witness something else and running or chasing something that we are so trained in our day lives, we do bring into our spiritual life as well. So that only tries to add more frustration and more stress, and that makes us actually quit our healing path or quit our meditation, because we feel like we have failed at it and we are not good at it, and we try not to go back to it at all. Yeah. So this is all going to lead you to more stress. And remember, meditation is not to create more than what it is already. It is trying not to be. And trying not to be in your mind is the most important thing. But become an observer of your thoughts. Observe, like, at this moment I'm feeling an itch on my nose, or at this moment I'm feeling a discomfort on my back. At this moment I'm remembering to write a letter to my child's school teacher. In that moment, just observe them and know that you'll come back to them later on after you finish one task of your meditation, or the peace or the healing that you're receiving. Yeah. And think about, you're trying to hold in your fist the sand, and you only can hold so much, but everything else goes away. And when you open your fist, you notice, like, hey, the sand has been just gone, but you only witness there is no sand, or there is nothing left in your palms, but you have forgotten the experience of holding it and feeling the touch of the sand, the grains, and the uncomfort it was giving you as you were holding it tight. Those are the things that you need to be recollecting, holding on to the memory of it. Yeah. And sometimes, we just can't stop thinking, and all you need to do is give permission for yourself and allow those thoughts to pass by. Not stop by, but pass by. Just like the waves in the ocean are coming and going, and you're letting it pass by. And just like, the birds are flying through, they're not stopping by. Or like the monkeys that keep jumping from one branch to the other, they are passing by. And that is what you're going to be experiencing. Yeah. And when you start developing this, when you set your intentions, I want to attain peace, but also what is for my highest good, it's just you take the pressure off you, and you will actually enjoy the process of it. Yeah. And you will be noting everything that's going on around you, within you, and absolutely everything. Yeah. The world becomes much brighter and opening up to you, that you will witness that, oh my god, these things I haven't witnessed before, and you will start opening up your clairs as well, like seeing things with your inner vision, and hearing with your inner hearing sense, clair senses, your touch, or smelling things, or taste buds, or your heart center as well. You'll be connecting more deep and deep within yourself. Yeah. And think about, the thoughts are always going to be there, but move from one thought to other. Let it keep going. I'm having a thought, I'm having a thought, and find more things around your body, within your body, what's happening. Just acknowledge, okay, you're there, but I need to bring my attention back to myself, and that's the most important thing. Example, you are attending a conversation, a phone call, and someone is at your door. You say, hang on a second. You attend the door and see it's the postman. You receive the post and you say thank you for it, and you attend back your call and re-listen to it. And the same thing, someone else knocks the door, they're delivering your milk, and you receive it and say thank you, and you let them go, and then come back to the call, because this is the most important call that you're attending on to. Yeah. And with these, you're silencing the mind without fighting it, and you start enjoying the silence, and you're shifting your attention to these thoughts, to your breathing. And when you're breathing, everything drops into your body. And then you realize there is nothing special feeling that you're waiting for. Everything is around you, within you. And that's the most important thing. but you're going deeper and deeper, and even in that deepness, that vast space can feel nothing, and that's, you're making peace with it rather than trying to again, bring up those thoughts of, oh, I read an article, I need to feel this, I need to see the white light, I need to see the tunnel, to get out. Maybe you have crossed all that, you're at that peaceful state. Ask yourself, have you been noticing peace afterwards? Have you been feeling calmer afterwards, after you received the healing? Has anyone said that you're lighting up, you're smiling more, or the things that have been annoying you are not annoying you? Are you more open to having these listening skills from the people, so anything, like you're more humming, your body is moving unknowingly as well. Any of these things, are they happening to you? So that is the most important thing that you need to be observing about you. Yeah. And this can happen immediately, this can happen hours later, or days later as well, but be open. My favorite tool is to have a journal and say, hey, at this healing session, this is what I felt, and every day write about what is different happening, and maybe after a week recheck, has there been any progress on how you would be dealing generally. Yeah. Couple of months ago, I received a sound healing from my friend, and so she checked with me after receiving the distance healing after 3 days. How am I doing? And I said, I'm feeling good, but I haven't noticed anything as of now. But definitely I'm feeling calmer is what I could feel at the time, because at the time I was going through sleep disruptions and some fluid in my body, aches in my body, and I didn't see any difference after the healing session. But I believe the energy works, energy moves. But what happened was, after a month, when I looked back into my notes and I went for my blood test and everything, the blood results came back good. And then I was able to see that actually I'm not irritated with no sleeps as well. I'm much calmer, and I'm actually more active and doing a lot more stuff than before. There was giving this subtle energies that I didn't know I was building up in the first few days of it, but over a few weeks I could notice it. Sometimes you just need to read a chapter to understand the story, the plot, rather than right in between trying to understand. And sometimes the story is right not in the first chapter, but you have to go through maybe chapter 2, chapter 3 to fully get that suspense, what the author is trying to communicate to you. Or some books are made that you read one line and you get the whole picture, so it's like every book is so different, every chapter is so different, and your soul experience is as well so different. So allow this feeling to be with you if you are feeling it, or you heard your client say, or you felt it as well. And let that I don't feel anything to be a good feeling rather than a repulsion. And feeling nothing is feeling something. So sit with that and enjoy that, and let that journey towards it weave into the path that you're meant to as well. Yeah. Hope that has given you some thoughts to ponder about, or some clarity, or some ideas that has been building up in your mind, or a confirmation you wanted to hear, because this work can be so much on our own. Sometimes we don't have that confirmation platforms as well. So if you're listening and this is a confirmation for you, so there you go. I'm with you. I understand you. And so as many other people. So you're not alone on this journey. I'm with you. And life is magical. Open up your arms and welcome this magical life. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this and you're listening till this end, don't forget to leave a review or a comment. That will really appreciate to spread my work to others who can benefit as well. And stay tuned for the next episode coming up. And if you have any questions or any request, please feel free to email me at info@ S-ri-manju.com, and it's below on my show notes. And check out my website for the new offerings coming up. And I'm so excited to connect from you and hear back from you, and lots of love. Enjoy your day and your life, and just life is magical, and you are a magical being. Remember that you are a magical being, and you are a beautiful soul. In case nobody said to you here, you needed to listen, and you are amazing at what you're doing. Lots of love. Take care. Namaste. Spread your light. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you.